So that shiny new game just came out, Deceit 2, and you want to know if it's worth your time, right? Well, let's take a look at the game for some first impressions. Right when I loaded up the game, I looked at the menus. Reading the book of Between, you can learn various mechanics of the game, which is useful as when you begin a new game, there's basically no explanation for what to do. Next, I looked at the Cosmetics tab. There's a few outfits for characters that you can spend currency on to unlock. Not a lot of options here. Booth unlocks random items or mutations. The Unlocks tab lets you choose what to unlock, but costs slightly more than Booth. These are items that you can use from the in-game shop once the game begins. Then finally, the Shillings tab is where you can buy in-game currency for real money. So I jumped right into a game, and when it loads, it'll show you what your role is. In this first game, my role was Innocent. This is an online game, so you'll be playing with other real people. So the first thing I did was go to the shop and check it out. There's more than one shop spread throughout the map. Each item has a specific use, and I settled on the camera first, as it can stun and blind the monsters. The gun actually doesn't damage the monsters, it can only damage teammates. Once you shoot a teammate and make them go down, a vote to eliminate them begins. I began looking for what to do, and then the screen turned dark and said the in-between had arrived. When this happens, the monsters come out and look for you. When someone gets caught and dies from a monster, a voting screen appears. There's 2 infected on the innocent side, and their goal is to stay undercover and sabotage the others. Once the voting ends, the game goes back to normal, and I began looking for tasks to do. Once you complete a certain amount of tasks as a team, you can go to the shop and get the key to escape. Another way to win is to correctly vote out the infected on your team. So the in-between arrived again, and this time a monster found me. Luckily, I pressed escape in time, and then someone else died before I could get grabbed again. So the next in-between, a monster managed to grab me, and this time I had no option to escape. Once you die, you spectate your teammates. Next game up, I was Innocent again, and straight away I began doing tasks. There's various different tasks like matching photo pieces, match to card game, wiring correctly, flushing toilets, and some others. Every time a task is completed, the bar at the top starts to fill. Once it fills completely, you can get the key from the shop and escape as fast as you can. I came across someone writing on the chalkboard. They said Beck was infected. Being able to write on the board like that is a pretty cool mechanic. As I was walking around doing tasks, it said we won because the infected were voted out. At this point, I was a bit confused. We hadn't voted for some time up to that point, so I'm unsure what happened. I'll take a win though. At the menu, I earned enough favor points to buy something, so I went with the CCTV tablet. The next game, I was Innocent again. I began doing tasks as usual, and when the in-between appeared, I sat in a corner and took out my tablet to check it out. There's various cameras spread across the map, and I watched as people walked by or chased by monsters. As I was doing tasks, a person was voted out and then we won. I believe what's happening now is that the innocents are using the gun to down other innocents that they believe are infected, and then people get to vote right then and there. But each time I was far away, so I didn't get to participate in that. That must have been what happened the other game as well. Next game, I was something new, a guardian. It's just a normal innocent, except you can cast a protective spell on a teammate to protect them from execution. I forgot to use the spell like the entire game. So cut forward to mid-game, I've been doing tasks, and then the in-between comes. I hide in a corner, and then a teammate hides with me. A little while later, he runs to the corner opposite me on the other side of the door, and then disaster strikes. 2 monsters appear and attack us both. Luckily, I escaped, but my teammate right next to me did not. He died so that I could live. As I'm doing tasks, I came across the chalkboard again, and I caught my teammate red-handed, drawing on the chalkboard.
Have you not yet used your role?
So as the game progresses, I bought heat goggles from the shop. They allow you to see all your teammates on the map. It doesn't work in the in-between though, I tried. But it's pretty cool to use normally, and could probably help you catch an infected on your team opening weak points or something like that. This game so far had been by far the longest of all the ones I've played. I unlocked this door using a code, and it was the last task our team needed to get the key. I got the key from the shop, ran to the door, and we escaped. Okay, so after playing a few games, I get the gist of this game. This isn't the type of game I'd usually play, but overall the game's fine. The graphics are a little lackluster, but that's a little nitpicky maybe. I don't have anything negative to say about this game. I wish I could have been assigned the role of infected at least once to try it out, but each time I was an innocent. I had fun. I escaped more times than not, and whether or not this is your type of game, I'll see you in the next one.